here for another video for you guys. Today's video, as you can probably tell by the title down below, is about gender care. Now, I was originally on the NHS. Well, I thought I was on the NHS list. If you go and see one of my past videos, you'll be able to get the insight of why I'm no longer on the NHS, or why I wasn't on the NHS. But yes, I've gone private now. I have gone with gender care, and I went to go and see Dr. Seal. I made this appointment before Dr. Seal back in March 2017, and my appointment was the other day on the 13th of January 2018. So, what happened? Who is Dr. Seal? And why did I go? I went because NHS was no longer an option for me to be able to get my hormone replacement, HRT. So I went to gender care and I started using their services and paid to go and see Dr. Seal. Now, Dr. Seal is an endocrinologist, as much as I'm aware of. So I went to go and see him to basically assess me and diagnose me with gender dysphoria. Usually people, when they go and see him, they usually go and see Dr. Lorimer first, who he works with. Now, I forgot to book my appointment with Dr. Lorimer because I was away in the summer in the States, so I just kind of escaped my head. So I saw Dr. Seal, and I still need to see Dr. Lorimer. So what does Dr. Seal ask you? So basically I went to go see him. He asked me a bunch of questions on my background, about how I felt growing up, about how I kind of identified growing up, you know, whether I identified as female or male. Just a little bit of a disclaimer, I might say certain words and talk about certain things that might make some people uncomfortable, so this is just a disclaimer now. He also asks you a little bit about, you know, sexual things, as in like if you have any sexual partners, how many have you had, if you have any relationship kind of partners, how many have you had. He also asks a little bit of questions about, he'll ask you different questions. Like for me, he asked me like how certain questions around my primary school age and who was my best friend, whether it was a female or male, whether, you know, what I like to do, what sports I like to play, if I like to play sports, how I like to dress, how I like to be, you know, talked to and named as. Then he asked pretty much the same questions as secondary. Then he asked the same questions as, you know, 18-year-olds to 20. Obviously, this depending on your age. I'm 20, nearly 21. And then he kind of asked about now. So yeah, so he just kind of basically gets a bit of your background about how you feel and how you have felt at different stages of your life via your identity. Now, personally, if you're a little bit like me and you didn't know that you were trans at the age of 6 or at the age of 2, don't worry about it. Like, he's not there to judge you in any way whatsoever. He's just there to try and get a bit of an understanding of how you felt growing up and how you've kind of got to this stage of your life right now. That's pretty much what he's more about. He made me feel very comfortable straight away in the office. I was super nervous beforehand, but yeah, so he's very, you know, if you feel nervous and stuff, he is very kind of like he's very quick to not make you feel nervous. Now, next week, my thoughts before I actually went to the appointment. I was so nervous, like I had butterflies. At one point I felt sick, like it was unbelievable. I think a part of me, because I've waited so long for this, a part of me just couldn't believe that I was actually going to be able to see somebody finally and get the ball moving properly, after being let down by so many people, you know, trying to help me out with it, professionally wise. So yeah, so I was just like super nervous and super scared, but super excited at the same time. Like my adrenaline was pumping. So my friend, one of my best friends from university, Zoe, she came down with me. I did actually film the day, but unfortunately my camera messed up a little bit and if it's just jumpy, so I won't be able to use the footage. If I can try and save any of it, I will upload it, maybe later on in the year or something. So if you do want to see that, let me know. But yeah, so she came with me. Big thank you and a big shout out to Zoe. Thank you for coming with me, because I don't think, if she didn't come with me, I think I would have been a lot worse, as in my nerves. And it was just nice to have that support. You know, if you can find someone to come with you and you don't mind them sitting in the kind of like whilst you're talking about personal stuff, then, you know, I definitely recommend it. You know, she didn't say much whilst we were in the room, obviously, but like, you know, it was just the presence of her being there made me a lot more calm and made me feel like it was a more safe space, because I get quite anxious going into new spaces sometimes. So, you know, it wasn't so an anxiety attack for me. It wasn't so bad. So yeah, definitely take somebody if you can and if you're comfortable with them knowing things. After it, I felt absolutely so happy. I actually started crying a little bit. Basically, the diagnostic, he said he diagnosed me with gender dysphoria. I knew it, loads of people else already know it, you know, nothing new, I know it. But he basically diagnosed me saying that I could start T and I had to wait 2 weeks to start it. Now, after the appointment, after being told that, I was over the moon. I felt very, very, very excited and very, like, it was for real. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, my life was finally gonna start as who I wanted it to be. Like, I could actually see the light at the tunnel. The beginning of my tunnel, my journey, I could see the light. Whereas if before it was just pitch black, and there was just a little light put up above my sight. So yeah, so that, I was absolutely filled with energy. There's no words to explain how I felt and how happy I felt after that appointment and when I came out. It was insane. So yeah. So what should you take when you go and see Dr. Sil? Now, I took my bloods. Go get your bloods done. The list of bloods that you will need, I can't remember exactly what bloods I took, but basically, apparently, when I went to the doctors, they were like, there's 2 different bloods that you can take, and he just sent me for both. So I think one's mainly like the male blood test, which is basically just your testosterone, and then the other one is like your lipids, your FSH or something like that, and all of that. If you'd like me to, you know, do another video on exactly what bloods you need to take, then leave me a comment down below and I will do that. But also, if you go onto the website, I think it's somewhere where it says it, and if you just email them, they'll email you back saying this is the list that you need to bring with you of bloods. So yeah, so you take your blood tests. I took a change of name, so if you've changed your name already, take that. I took my depot with me, my bloods, and then I just took some extra supporting evidence that I've already seen somebody about, me being gender dysphoria, and kind of that evidence that I'd had like this counselling and that I've seen somebody else and that I'm a part of an LGBT group, and you know, I am taking steps and living in my role with my body. So that was kind of just proof there. So I took those three pieces of evidence, but really the main ones are just your bloods and your name of change if you've done your name of change. That's it. So that's all you need to take. So that's pretty much everything about the actual appointment itself. It can be nervous and it can be scary, but honestly, he is really nice. He's super, super nice. People have told me about, apparently Dr. Lorimer is even nicer than Dr. Sil, and I haven't seen Dr. Lorimer yet, so you know, I'm looking forward to that. But they are super, super nice. The appointment for gender care for Dr. Sil, he charges £220. You can pay that on the day. You can pay it in instalments up until the day, or you can pay it straight off via debit card or something like that. All the details are on the website. I'll leave Gender Care's website details down below in my description, so go check it out if you need to. So that's everything today, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave me a comment of anything you want to see next, go and leave a comment down below. And if you haven't pressed that subscribe button, go press that subscribe button. And I shall see you next week. Peace.